Hi everyone, it's Kristen and I am so excited because it is officially the Christmas season. Christmas is my favorite time of year. It's so much fun, but Christmas can also be crazy as well, right? Like it can be stressful and busy and there's so much going on. And so because of that, I have 6 tips to help your family thrive during this holiday season. So the first tip is manage and adjust expectations. So just like you have expectations for the holiday season, your kids have expectations as well. So before the busyness and the craziness goes into full swing, sit your kiddos down and ask them, hey, what's one thing you want to make sure happens this Christmas? And what's your expectations? That way you can make sure that happens. You might also need to be flexible and adjust your expectations. So if your kid can't sit through the silent Christmas service or the long, large family dinner, be understanding and have a backup plan. You might also need to carve out some time in your schedule and some margin in your schedule to help support your kids as they navigate their own expectations of the season and their own stress that they're experiencing with this season. And we know that stress can cause some big emotions, so you might have to take some time to help support your kids as they work through their emotions. The second tip is going to be make sure that you are meeting your kiddos' basic needs and, well, your needs as well. So your basic needs for food, water, physical activity, and sleep. So make sure your kiddos are getting hydrated, eating something nutritious, and getting physical activity every 2 hours. So this helps to set them up and establish a baseline, so that sets them up for success during the craziness of this season. The third tip is going to be aware of sensory overload. So the sights, the sounds, the smells, those all get kicked up a notch during Christmas. This is especially true if you're traveling someplace or if you're in places that you're not normally in. Everything that is around us, so the sights, the smells, those could all affect your kiddos, so be aware of that. The fourth tip is figure out what each family member needs during this time of year and in certain situations. So, for instance, some families might be really busy during the holiday season. So maybe they're constantly going from one event to the other, or they're traveling a lot, or they're in a place with a large crowd. Some kids aren't good with that. So can you bring some noise canceling headphones to help when you're in a place where there's a lot of noise? Maybe you can bring some sunglasses to help. If you're in a long car ride, can you bring a weighted blanket to help keep your kid calm and regulated? There's other families who over the holidays, there might be a lot of downtime. Maybe you travel to a family member's house and you just kind of just hang out and, the plan is to just eat leftovers and watch movies and lay around the house all day, and there's not really much of a plan. Some kids don't do well when there's not a lot of structure. So is there something that you can bring from home to help set your kid up for success? Or can you kind of go through the schedule of the day ahead of time with your kid? So you can say, hey, first we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. And that helps to give them a sense of predictability and control in an environment that is not their normal environment. The fifth tip is have some calming traditions. So a lot of the Christmas traditions that we have are fun and busy and crazy, like baking cookies or building a snowman, which we don't really do in Florida, but you get the idea. So instead of everyone hurry up, pile into the car so we can drive around the block and see all the Christmas lights. Maybe you take a nice relaxing walk to look at the Christmas lights. Or maybe you go and lay down by the tree and listen to some calming Christmas music. These traditions, it could be a fun opportunity to create some new traditions while also giving your family the time and the space to kind of just breathe and slow down and rest and reflect together. And then the sixth and most important tip is remember that relationships are the most important. They are the priority. Your family is the priority. So it's not about the meals and the presents and the events and the traditions. It's all about connecting with each other and connecting with your kiddos. So carve space out in your calendar to spend time with your kids. Carve space out in your calendar to take care of yourself so that when you are with your kids and with your family, you are fully present with them. You don't have to say yes to every single event and every single invite so that you are able to spend that time with your family. So those are the 6 tips. I hope they're helpful, and I hope you have the best Christmas ever. Merry Christmas.